I wake up a little drunk, check my phone, I'm all alone. This is a song for no one. Yesterday I got pretty drunk, said some things that I shouldn't have. I wrote this song for no one. I wrote this song.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan. Today we have a tutorial for this song from Shawn Mendes' brand new album, Wonder. I'm assuming it's an amazing song, but I haven't actually heard it yet because I'm pre-filming these intros so I can get as many tutorials out from the new album as soon as possible for you guys. But two things before we start the video. First, you guys are clearly Shawn Mendes fans, so you should subscribe down below. I've got tons of covers and tutorials for Shawn Mendes stuff, and I'm hoping to come out with a ton of new tutorials from the new album, so subscribe down below to get notified about that. Second, if you like this video and it helps you learn the song, please feel free to give it a like. That really just shows the YouTube algorithm that you like seeing these kinds of videos and really helps out the channel. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Here we go. To start off, I'm going to teach you guys the main riff to the song, and it's going to sound a little bit like this. We're going to have our capo on the 2nd fret, and we're going to be using chords in the key of D major, and we're mainly going to be using the high 3 strings. So for the D major chord, we're going to have our pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. Now we're going to keep our ring finger planted here to help us transition, and we're only going to be moving our middle and our pointer fingers. Our middle finger is going to move to the 3rd fret of the G string, and our pointer finger is going to move to the 2nd fret of the high E. So now we have middle finger, 3rd fret of the G, ring finger, 3rd fret of the B, and pointer finger, 2nd fret of the high E, to make this F♯7 sounding chord. Next we're going to keep our pointer finger planted, and then we're only going to be moving our ring and our middle finger. So we're going to move our ring finger to the 4th fret of the G string, and our middle finger to the 3rd fret of the B, and keep our pointer on the 2nd fret of the high E, to make this B minor sounding chord. Now I'm going to teach you the picking pattern. I'm going to teach you guys the picking pattern using a D major chord, and we're going to have our thumb on the G string, our pointer finger on the B string, and our middle finger on the high E. First we're going to strike twice with our thumb, then our middle finger on the high E, pointer on the B, thumb on the G, and then pointer back to the B. Now slowly, so it can make sense in context, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1. Within the riff, for each chord, we're going to play that picking pattern once before switching. So starting on the D major chord, it's going to sound like this. To F♯7, to B minor, back to the F♯7, and then it'll cycle back to the D. And that same riff and picking pattern can be used throughout both verses, the pre-chorus, and both of the first choruses. Now I'll teach you guys how to play the last chorus. The final chorus in the outro is going to have 5 individual chords that we're going to be strumming throughout this entire section. We're going to start on this D major chord, which I already taught you, but now we're going to be adding the low D string instead of just the top 3 strings. So it's going to sound like this. Next is an A major chord, which is an open A, and then our middle, ring, and pinky fingers on the 2nd fret of the D, the G, and the B, and then an open high E. Next we're going to move to this B minor chord, where our pointer finger is going to bar the 2nd fret of the A string and the high E. Next we're going to put our ring and pinky on the 4th fret of the G and the D strings, and then our middle finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the B. So it's going to sound like this. Next is going to be an F♯minor chord, where our pointer finger is going to bar the low E, and the G, B, and E strings. And then our ring and our pinky is going to play the 4th fret of the A and the D. So altogether it's going to sound like this. And last but not least is a G major chord, which can either be played as a bar chord like this, or just a normal standard G. The bar chord, your pointer finger is going to bar the low E, and then the high B and the E. And then your ring and pinky are going to play the 5th fret of the A and the D. And our middle finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the G string. Or your standard G is just going to have your middle finger playing the 3rd fret of the low E, pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and your ring and your pinky playing the high E and B on the 3rd fret. The actual chord progression for the final chorus is going to start on our D major chord. We're going to start with 1 measure on that, to 1 measure on the A, to 1 on the B minor, to 1 on the G. Then the second line is going to have 1 measure on the D, and then a half measure on the A, and a half measure on the B minor, so it'll sound like this. Then 1 measure on the F sharp minor, and then the last one on the G. So that's the main chord progression cycle for the final chorus, and it's going to sound like this, with the strumming pattern: down, 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 up, down, 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 up. I wrote this song for no one. I wrote this song for no one. And then you can just repeat that throughout the final chorus and the outro, and now you should know how to play the entire song. So, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this tutorial was helpful. If it was, please feel free to give this video a like. I'd really appreciate that. Comment down below what your favorite song from the brand new album is. I haven't actually heard it yet, but I'm really looking forward to hearing Teach Me How to Love. So let me know down below. And if you want to check out my Amazon links in the description for my filming gear and my guitar gear, it's really high quality stuff, and if you do end up buying it, it gives a little kickback and helps support the channel. You can find my original music in a playlist in that top right corner. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.